Hello and welcome everyone. This is the 8th episode of Mauze Adventure Devlog. This week we had some discussions about level selection mechanic and the main hub area of the game. I also added some nice swimming mechanic to the game. It turned out to be simpler than I thought, but looked quite nice. For those who are new, Mauze Adventure is a maze crawler puzzle game based on procedurally generated mazes. It takes place in a cartoony world with light-hearted storyline. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon to be notified when the new devlog is out. I really appreciate your support. Previous week, I kept working on the UI of the game and created the settings UI. This settings UI contained sliders for master volume and swipe sensitivity, also checkboxes for inverting Y and X axis of the swipe. Along with that, I worked on an audio manager, which was very optimized and I'm still very happy with. At this point, I can say we have almost a complete core gameplay, where player starts from the beginning, collects all the necessary items, unlocks the door, and finishes the maze. So this all is there, and there will be lots of additional things, but they are to come later. For now, the very core first version mechanic of the game is right there. With this, I had to think more deeply about how the game menu will be, how the level selections are going to be done, and what else you player can do in this main hub area, which is going to be a free roaming place. Player can build structures, talk to other NPCs, and maybe do other small activities. To illustrate the ideas I had and share them with Eugene for him to comment on them and prototype the 3D assets about those, I did some small funny drawings to convey these ideas. We discussed the main hub area. I believe I will explain and tell you more about this in the later episodes when actually we do more work on it. But it is a place I envision as having a small playable menu area in the game where player actually walks around and does things and interacts with NPCs and all. This area will be a floating piece of earth, later connected to other small islands. On these islands we will find NPC companions who help us do things, and they act as intermediaries to complete certain tasks. Along with that, our main character will have upgradable items which enhance certain abilities of theirs. So NPCs also have some items on them, and enhancing those are going to help them do better job for us. Some kind of grinding mechanic that is all present in most of the mobile games. And finally, you can walk up to an open portal and select the level you want to teleport to and solve the maze there. Solving all the mazes in that gate will help you progress in the story. We did some sketches about how the level selection might look, and I was trying to block out some main hub area in Blender to give Eugene how I think it would look like, which is an elevated flying piece of earth that I mentioned. So it was quite a lot of thinking, brainstorming about this kind of stuff. I would be very happy to hear your ideas about this actually. It is still not mature and I have not much to show you, but surely when we have more progress I will share these in the devlogs and we will see what it's going to turn into. After all this brainstorming and discussions, I decided to get back to work and actually do something. Meanwhile, Eugene provided me some small island designs and how the gates would look, but these appeared to be very small and I actually decided to use something else as a base of the hub area for now. Some months ago, Eugene made a large open area with walls around it that we could use for just walking around and maybe use it as a menu system. This was the initial idea about the hub actually, very first version of it maybe. And this area contains some formations in it, bridges and water surface, and Eugene made actually very nice water shader for this place, and he also added some swimming animations to the character. So I thought of creating some swimming mechanism for the mouse and actually make it swim here, so we could use this area as the base of the hub and I can add all the necessary functionality to come in later in this place before we have the finalized or better models for this place. While thinking about it, I came up with a very cool trick to use for swimming mechanic. Almost made me finish this job in 2 lines of code. Of course, it required some animator job, so I needed to set this swimming and swimming idle animations for the mouse in the animation controller. But the trick was this. I added a mesh collider underneath the water surface on which the mouse can walk. And with a raycast layer check, I set the animation state to swimming or not, so it decides if the mouse is swimming. In reality, mouse is actually walking in the water on top of an invisible plane, which is actually just a mesh collider, and it doesn't matter what the depth of the water is, mouse is just walking on shoulder high water. Since we won't have any diving mechanism in the game, this saves the day and there is no need to make things complicated. Now the mouse swims in the pond very nicely. I was able to get this working very fast, and now it's so much fun to walk around and swim. I'm really looking forward to make more progress on this. It's very rare that I actually enjoyed a game I make after a long time of working on it, but this kind of small and novel things that we add to the games make me really interested in the project again. This week wasn't so much heavy work, but all talk and drawing when I think of it. But still, the mouse can swim now, and in my opinion that is the thing what is truly important. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel not to miss the next episode. Take care.